So now after that ended, now that's when I started now engineering more. And the first project that landed on my laps was Sautisol, Live and Die in Africa. So I was the main engineer for that project. So coordinating the files from the sessions and re-recordings and everything. So we worked on that thing for almost 2 years.
In fact, what does engineering mean? Like layman, imagine.
So the engineer is the guy who makes sure that the kick is well EQ'd, that the guitar is well recorded, the vocals are edited properly. So that was my work on that project. I co-produced Shake Your Bam Bam with them. Then I co-produced Live and Die in Africa.
I wanna be rich, I wanna be famous, I wanna have lots and lots of money. Soar above the clouds, I wanna be free, like Nelson Mandela. Stand tall like a pyramid, so courageous. No place I'd rather be. Oh na na na, oh na na na. There's no place I'd rather be. Oh na na na. Live and die in Africa.
Then I co-produced Live and Die in Africa with Savara. So those are the two main songs that I was involved in. And Nipe Nikupe, I co-produced that, and I co-produced something generic. I can't remember the name of that song, but I love it. Yeah. Then
Co-produced
yeah.
Live and Die in Africa.
Yeah.
So the songs on
the bass line is mine, the drums are mine.
How was it working with Sautisol?
It was awesome.
Like,
it was an awesome experience. I mean, it was, those guys, they see music the way I see music. For them, music has a purpose. Writing a song is not just, we have the same philosophy. We don't sit down and write hits. As we write music that is gonna have meaning and impact. And for me, that's what I love about them. Their creative process is very similar to mine. They just don't do something for the sake of doing it. Yeah, and that's why they write such monumental songs. And I've also, another producer I've seen works like that is Mad Tracks. Mad Tracks works very similar to how I work. And also the same philosophies of, you look at a song, you stay with a song and you embrace the song. You make sure that you give the song the best that you can give that song. From a creative point, from a technical point of view, you just give that song your best. And that's why for me, I don't like this model of una charge how much for a track. It's a complete waste. Yeah, it's solely focused on creating hits. I'm not that kind of a producer. For me, I embrace a project, I give it my whole, and we approach it from a different perspective. We deliberate. We need a guitar on this project. Yes, we do. Is this trumpet working? No. Is this drum pattern not working? That's how I look at a project. Not this thing of ukona beat to me a beat. The moment you start your sentence like that, I just black you out. Because you clearly don't know where
we're not together.
Yeah, we are not together. Yeah.
Hey, that's deep. So, okay, what was it like now engineering that Live and Die in Africa album?
I mean, it was challenging. Years. Yeah, it took 2 years. You know, they're also very particular with things. So we'd go back, re-record things, re-record guitars, re-edit songs again. Yeah, it was thorough. It was a thorough. But I mean, for me, it was just a normal day at work. You know, I gave them the best album I could, hooked them up with my mastering engineer out in New York. Yeah, and we made Live and Die in Africa, this album that took Sautisol to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
then there's a song we did that was outside that project, was Unconditionally with Ali Kiba.
Hallelujah, nakupenda tena nina imani sana, ushanitega we all need someone. Nakupenda tena nina imani sana, ushanitega so make love to me. No, unconditionally babe, make love to me. Unconditionally babe.
That song was supposed to be in the album, but Ali Kiba kept changing his lines. He was not happy with his delivery, so it came after. The album had to go on. So that song came later. Yeah, it was late for the album, but it did well also.
Yeah.
But it wasn't included in the final album list.
And currently, have you worked with? Because Sautisol, in my view, are constantly recording.
Yeah, but you see now, I mean, I've not the new project they're working on. The only project I was partly involved was Friend Zone. So I was to finish mixing that song, but we're also launching our new artists. So I didn't really have time to work on that project. So it was taken over by somebody else, and yeah.
Okay. In terms of other projects that you've mixed and mastered,
Octopizzo's album, LDPC. The entire album we recorded here, mixed and mastered here.
Did you produce any songs?
Yeah, Presidential.
9 months later Aga Khan push Nina Moses na Joe tunaban push na Kenya tunachoma ni papo kush so high kuliko angels dush itapaka koko pus pus Kenya unataka bora usilus tei juu ya maji design ya goose good food good mood. It's a rap kamoy, it's a rap. It's a rap kamoy, it's a rap. It's a rap kamoy, it's a rap. Rap excellency, presidential.
Oh.
Yeah, produced Presidential on that one. But Octopizzo had already started writing with other producers. So when he came here, he came just to complete it. Then June Gashui's album 20. Yeah, I engineered that one also. And Elani's album Barua.
Yes.
They brought it here also.
Any production on that one?
No, but a song that I co-produced, that the one with Jose Chameleon.
The one
Saint P.
Yeah.
Saint P started the project, but I finalized it. I recorded the guitars, I redid a new progression and added other things.
In fact, explain it for people to understand what does it mean to be the producer, and what does it and therefore, from your perspective, where does the ownership come in, and how does it work for you?
Okay. Also, another song I did for Elani was Nipende.
Yes.
That one we produced from scratch with them.
Asubuhi jua likianga, pendo letu langa, nikupende, nikulinde, usichelewe, tuolewe, till death do us part. I promise to play my part, na nikupende, hadi mimi nife, hadi mimi nife.
So producer has two roles. There's a producer who can compose, and there's a producer who doesn't have to compose but oversees the production process. For me, I lean more towards on the other one. You know, you can just be a beat maker. You know, you can make beats, but you're not necessarily a producer. Because you can't make decisions that change the song in a way that it captures the essence and relays the message that the artist intended to portray. Like, you see, for me, the decision to use Mimo on that song, I don't have to ask those guys. It's for me as a producer, it's my role as a producer to bring in somebody. To bring Aizo to record guitars for Mobimba, that's me as a producer. To tell Fresh, no, we are going with that Bam Bam sample, that's my role as a producer, whether the artist likes it or not. So the producer has the overall, and your work is to manage the budget, manage the project, oversee the completion of the project, and deliver a master record to the record label. That's the definition of who a producer is. So in this sense, I mean, Elani had called me to work on that song, but they wanted a night session, and I couldn't do that session at that point. So they got Saint P, they went and started the song with Saint P. So they worked on it, then now they brought it later for me to finalize it. Yeah. To finalize it. So we redid the guitars, we added a new bass line, we rearranged a few things here and there. Yeah. Because now when they came, then they brought it back, now the time was there. So I sat on the project. Yeah, and in fact, I'm mixing their new album, I think starting in June. So we're going to have a meeting with them once I'm back to sort out on the timelines and all that. Then I mastered Gilad's album, Asante. So, and I mixed a song for him with Mary Ben Ari. Yeah, so those are...
Would you say, especially because of your... In fact, let's just slightly talk about it. Because of your New York, or because of your going to America for studies for music, you were sort of aware about the quality of music and the importance of quality.
No, quality I knew.
Oh, you did?
That one I didn't need to go to New York to know.
Oh, you did?
I already knew. What I learned going to New York the most was the business side of things. Not even the technical side of things. Because I mean, in 2 years, there's no project I did. So there's nobody even who can risk with you to do anything. But it's the conversations that we had in school. It's the people we met in school and the mentorship classes that we had.
Who did you meet? Anyone famous?
Just Blaze.
Just Blaze?
Yeah. I mean, he used to give us workshops. His engineer, Ryan West. Chris Athens from Sterling Sound Mastering. Yeah. And our lecturers were also big rockstar producers. Yeah. So, yeah. And there was a summit we attended once that it was a 4-day event. It was called Remix. I mean, like, who is who of producers was there. Yeah, so those are some of the things that I got to. My classmates were working at Puff Daddy's place, so I would go there for internship once in a while. But I mean, I didn't intern for long because of school scheduling and stuff. Otherwise, I was gonna miss a lot. So I was there for like a month. Yeah, so I mean, it's the people that I met
that you're thinking.
Yeah, basically from a philosophical point of view and ideology, not necessarily learning to produce. No, that one I can't say I learned much when I was in that place, because actually I didn't even produce anything. I was in school and school was full of theory, and the school was so demanding. I mean, so I can't say that from a production and songwriting perspective, New York changed me in any way.
It was more so from the business perspective.
Yeah. It's what I learned about the music business when I was there that I really say is what I learned.
That's now what you brought in and applied on P Square.
P-Unit.
I mean P-Unit. P-Unit.
I applied on Decimal.
Oh, on Decimal Records as a whole. Okay, now the hard one, the breakup of P-Unit.
Yeah.
Is P-Unit over? Is P-Unit still friends? Or people just in a new stage of life?
Okay. I wouldn't say P-Unit has broken up per se, but the horrible truth is that they're not doing music a lot. I mean, it's a fact. You don't need a rocket scientist to explain that to you. But they're extremely friends. I mean, even as we meet, I helped Gabu set up his label, Compact. I did the studio purchases for him, the designs, hooked him up with the guy who built it. When he has songs that he needs advice from me, he sends them over. I have a listen to them, then I tell him what to change, what to do. So there's still that ongoing. It's just that people right now are at a very different level in their careers and in their lives, that I would be lying to you that if I tell you P-Unit can come back and do the same music they used to do. I mean, it would be a total lie. Because people are in a very different mindset and mind space at the moment. I mean, Gabu is trying to focus on Compact. So the kind of commitment needed to make P-Unit work doesn't exist.
That's true. Another one.
But they are still friends. I mean, if you meet them out there having fun, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
So,
and we support each other. Like when Fresh had his album launch, we were all there. I mixed and mastered the album for him.
Did you produce anything on that?
No. I didn't produce anything on that. Yeah.